Welcome everybody to Get Good North America Season 8. I am Jerryzer, joined here by K-Wing, and we are going to bringing you a match tonight in the rookie division in between Solar Flare and Hyperion.
Yeah, that we are. I'm really excited to see these two teams face off. Obviously, really good talent. Both these teams are 4-1, and they have faced off against some of the top teams in their bracket, and they have done pretty well. But now coming into this, we have some interesting compositional differences from these two teams. Both of them running the dive composition. One running the Widow versus the Reaper. So you're going to favor some early picks from Hyperion, looking Sunset, trying to find one of those already, as Tick Totem going to try and find some high damage onto those tanks, and he's already found some onto the break.
Yeah, Sunset does manage to get a trade, though. Your comp here from Solar Flare, it's going to play a lot more aggressive here. You kind of have a brawl comp in some ways with the Monkey, but Hyperion's, you want to be more pokey and just kind of choose a target and go dive on it. They've done that pretty successfully so far, but they have two trades back in this fight. Fairly even so far, but Solar Flare, with that kill on the Sunset, will take the man advantage and win out this fight here. So Hyperion will... they had a decent start to it, but they weren't able to sustain, and now you're going to see a small composition swap for Hyperion as they will switch over onto the Cowboy.
Yeah, absolutely. The Cowboy here, definitely an interesting choice as you switch on to, you're looking for stuns and you're looking to try and counteract this dive that'll be coming in from Hyperion, and we'll have to see if they can properly execute that, especially when you have the ult combo of the EMP bomb coming up for Solar Flare already, as here comes the dive.
Yeah, Joe Mama taking a lot of pressure, but actually managed to stay alive, and there's the EMP. A lot of pressure onto the tanks. And they will fall, or at least the Diva will. Monkey had already dropped. And then a Primal Rage? Sure. I mean, not Primal Rage, a Death Blossom, excuse me. Not really needed there, but, sure.
Yeah, absolutely. The EMP, they're catching as many people as it did, meant that Hyperion really couldn't set up and even execute anything that they wanted. And they just kind of got to run the show, and now already using these ults early is going to allow them to put so much pressure on the enemy team.
Yeah, such an aggressive dive there with the Coalescence going straight onto the backline, takes down the Cowboy, takes down the supports, and a really swift fight when they're only using the Coalescence in that fight.
Yeah, absolutely. Using that Coalescence and getting that pressure up, just incredibly useful to, when you use those ults early, you force your enemy to react quickly, and they react poorly usually, as now some pressure coming in onto Tick Totem, but using that to get some aggression in as well. And oh, Tomama!
Yeah, once again, nice trade there from Tick Totem, but once again a very aggressive dive comes through from Solar Flare, but then the bomb keeps them in this. As Bomb E-Sick comes up with the 2K there, you could actually see the kind of whip shot from the Brig of Hyperion push Joe Bob off the edge. So he had to jump into LOS of the bomb. So big plays from the Brig.
Yeah, absolutely. Those are the kinds of plays that you don't really see on those kinds of highlights, but they're really important. The supporting plays, sometimes quite literally, as now the EMP coming up for Solar Flare, Hyperion has to be playing really smart, or they're just going to get EMP'd and demolished.
Yeah, you can see they're already going aggressive here. Before the EMP even gets used, they manage to take down Sunset. And then there it is. EMP gets dropped, and Solar Flare are not giving Hyperion any space there. Coalescence to try to clean this up. Only the Ana and the Monkey alive. Sound barrier as well, keeping everybody nice and topped up for Solar Flare here. 99%. They flip it over. And it's going to just be kind of stall mode now for Hyperion. If they can even get a touch here, it's going to be close, and they will not even be able to. So only really one fight lost that entire time from Solar Flare, and they did a really nice job.
Yeah, absolutely. Solar Flare, one thing we didn't really get to talk about is sort of these two teams' history coming into this. Solar Flare have had a bit of a rough time to get here. They've won, of course, 4 of their 5 games, but some of them have been close. A 3-2 against Obsidian Strikes and a 3-1 against Louisiana Purchase versus Hyperion have absolutely just been either a 3-0 or they get 3-0'd. They've 3-0'd everyone there, including Obsidian Strikes, and they've only lost to Wash Gamers. But now as the spawn doors open, we see Hyperion switching into the Hanzo, and relatively similar composition from Solar Flare, but the Briggs End, interesting healing composition, definitely focused on dishing out the damage, and we'll have to see if they can do that, and they're looking pretty good so far.
Yeah, this is actually a really nice comp against what Hyperion's trying to play here. Not a lot of burst healing for them, and with kind of your Reaper and your Hanzo, it creates a lot more pick opportunities for Solar Flare. As you can see, they're continuing to do that. A very clean fight from them, as they did not drop a single player in that fight. But just to like quickly mention, this comp from Hyperion is really strange.
Yeah, it's this semi-rush composition, but the Hanzo seems to be a bit of an odd man out. Seems to be one of these things is not like the others. You don't usually see that Hanzo in the rush composition, whereas on Solar Flare, Starless 7 has been popping off. Look at these ult charges. Starless 7 has the Transcendence before the Diva Bomb, before the Minefield, and before the EMP, charging in about as fast as the Tracer Pulse Bomb, which is an insanely fast charge of a Transcendence. Now getting into this next fight, and already a pick for Solar Flare.
Yeah, Hyperion is. I'll switch over to this double shield comp, and well, this so far has not fared for them any better. Really nice lead there. It sends out to the Diva Bomb. It was not. It was on to the Pulse Bomb. That's a pretty funny kill feed. Hyperion, though, gonna try to stick around the fight here. EMP is online, and it's gonna get dropped. It's gonna hit everybody who is remaining on Hyperion, but no kills off the back of it. They finally do take down Totem, though.
Yeah, it's interesting. Starless 7 pops the Coalescence almost as if it was the enemy EMP that goes off, and still going to go down unless Joe Mama just got a huge boop, and they did not. Still, this fight going into a long, drawn-out, here, and this will favor Solar Flare, as they do have control of the point, and it is only right now that Hyperion is actually getting onto the point, and as they can just trickle in, and this is something that you're going to see a lot in these sort of lower-ish brackets. Of course, our rookie division is an average of less than 3,000 SR, so you're going to see some of these longer drawn-out fights where teams might have pulled out before going into 89% for Solar Flare.
Yeah, they did a really nice job at even, like, when they lost the fight. You mentioned how they didn't kind of fully back out there, but the players that were still alive kind of stalled out for a while, brought their percentage up, and they're going to start off with a rally now, Solar Flare will. Gonna move the aggression there, as you can see the Brig playing directly with the tank. Flux comes through, though, hits the Diva and the Brigitte, and the Brig's going to drop with the help of that Bongo that was laid down there, and continuing to apply the pressure onto the team of Solar Flare. There is a trade, however, but I don't think it will matter too much. It's not able to get back into the mech. And Solar Flare look like they've been denied their chance back onto this point.
Definitely denied now, but now it's a matter of how long will it take for them to realize that they're using the ult stack. Do they think it's winnable here? Are they going to be calling winnable on this and going in and engaging? It looks like they're finally going to leave there. This is what I was talking about with these sort of not as clean disengages as you might see in upper tiers or in the Overwatch League. Of course, these players are much lower ranked. So now going into this next fight, a few ults online, including the EMP. That's a huge hack, getting that Baptiste, and now he's gone to... Oh, look at that EMP!
Yeah, and the sound barrier was used right before it, so all of that kind of extra health that Hyperion had gotten up, well, that just gets completely canceled there by the EMP. A Pulse Bomb was attempted there from Sunset, but misses the mark. It's Solar Flare, with some big plays from their Sombra, win out that fight. And now, 95%, somebody's going to need to try to touch from Hyperion, but these mines may just stop them at the before they could even get close, and they will. So Solar Flare taking this opening map 2-0.
Yeah, that was a dominant performance from Solar Flare. I mean, just really incredible performance, incredible ult rotation. They held the point until usually around like 99 or 89 each time. And then they were able to, after losing that one last fight, just come back in, build up some ults, and take it off the back of the fact that you have to win, what, 5 fights in a row, and we just have to win one. So Hyperion now, they're in a tough spot because, well, like we said, they have never won a game where they've lost the first map.
Yeah, for sure. And this is a really nice start, though, for Solar Flare. They had, like you said, Hyperion not able to win series or lose series in any fashion other than a 3-0. But if they want a chance at this will have to be their first, as Solar Flare, they looked pretty dominant on downtown. But then when we moved over to Sanctum, it was a lot closer. The comps were very, very different, as we saw Hyperion kind of pull out this double shield while Solar Flare played a ball comp, and they are just very, very different in how they function compared to the comps they ran on downtown. And those type of comps seem to favor Hyperion a bit more than those more like traditional dive.
Yeah, absolutely. I do want to take a second now to thank the rating party from Salome ROW, rating with a party of 33. Thank you so much for dropping in. Yeah, so we're ready to get into this next map, which looks like it's going to be King's Row. And we saw a little flash of the rush composition from Hyperion, but it was kind of interesting with Hanzo. So tell me, what do you think these two teams are going to pull out, Joe?
I definitely expect to see some Brawl here. I mean, it's King's Row, right? Brawl is kind of the standard for most teams. If we don't, it'll most likely just be a double shield, right? Those are kind of the two standard comps here on King's Row. Double shield and Brawl, but most likely I expect to see Brawl, especially because we saw Hyperion try to pull it out. They pulled off kind of a weird one where they had an Ana, and they also had a Ana and a Hanzo Reaper. It was just very, very strange. So definitely hope that they pull out a more traditional Brawl here, but if they try to pull out the kind of Ana Brawl, I hope that they are able to get it to work a bit more than they did on the first map.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the thing with the Brawl is that, honestly, the strategy is very well suited to this sort of tier of play where you might not have the perfect sort of team coordination to execute maybe like a dive or a double bubble sort of composition, but Rush is and Brawl is a very simple sort of composition where you play as one big ball of death, and you just walk into people as you ball of death and you inflict death on them. That is, in very simple terms, what you do when you play Brawl. And now for Solar Flare, they're pulling out a bit of this double shield Brawl comp.
Yeah, they're going to play Brig as well. So this is a more bunkery Brawl from Solar Flare with the Sigma, and then the Hanzo and the Brig. You're probably going to see the Hanzo kind of stick with the Sigma most of the time. And they're going to want to absorb a lot more aggression than your traditional Brawl does. Your traditional Brawl wants to apply the aggression. We can see Hyperion. They're going to play a traditional Brawl. Sunset's going to start on the Widow, see if they can get a pick, and probably go onto the McCree. Or the Cowboy, excuse me.
Yeah, absolutely. That is the sort of composition that you generally see with the Rush, what is generally known as the mixed flurry. They might be staying the Widowmaker.
Looks like they will.
I think they're trying to go for this sort of pincer composition in a way like the merry-go-round from the LA Gladiators a while back, but it is not going to work before that picks come through.
Yeah, it's going to be Hyperion getting shut out there. Tick Totem and Joe Mama doing a lot of work to win that out. So really quick fight there from Solar Flare.
Yeah, they were really balancing this sort of playing close enough to absorb the aggression coming in from Hyperion without walking into the line and saying the Widowmaker, and Bionis just gets melted.
Yeah, I mean, really nice pick there from J-Wolf. And you could see a couple of players from Solar Flare, or really just the Sigma, are trying to look take a poke for another pick. Not able to do so, though.
Absolutely. Now we're going into this next fight. Some ult close to being built up for Solar Flare. They've got that Shatter and multiple more on the way, so we'll have to see how they use that in this next fight now.
Yeah, you can see the Hanzo Tick Totem has repositioned on this high ground, puts a lot of pressure on the Reinhardt, not able to find the kill though. Shatter gets dropped. It does hit only the Zarya and not able to find the kill. And Hyperion continuing to win out this fight. And then there's an attempt at a Dragon Strike and a Gravitic Flux to try to win this, but it so far has not worked. It would need to be a big play for Tick Totem. He nearly finds the double kill, but it's not able to do so. So this will be Hyperion coming away with the first point capture.
Yeah, that was definitely a bit of a desperation ult there from Tick Totem and to a degree Janewall as well. Using these ult combos, they really need to be when you have a chance of winning off the back of it, because it's not just going to kill everyone. There's a Shatter though, and it's Hyperion that gets taken down.
Yeah, I mean, Tick Totem has just come alive here. 3K for him. Make that a 4K. And the Shatter from Lily, it was in a good spot. Ryan brought down his shield as the Sigma put up. So just gets blocked out there. Oh, you're going to see him start to reapproach this choke. Tick Totem once again taking that position up in this window. Been doing that quite a lot. Not able to get too much value so far. And there's the Blizzard thrown in. Nothing to eat it up as, or I guess technically a Sigma could do so, but it's going to be an opening on Joe Mamas. He's the only one that actually got caught in the Blizzard. Hanzo of Tick Totem is still on this back high ground here, pumping a lot of pressure, but it's going to start to rotate away. Go on to kind of this left side transition area. And it looks like he's getting this help of the Cowboy to get out.
Yeah, the Cowboy is going to be able to get out Killer Man. Here comes the window as well, just really putting a lot of pressure onto the members of Solar Flare. I do like this because you're really not letting them sit in the spot that they would want to around that corner, around the brewery, but here's the Graviton, the Shatter! Oh my gosh!
Yeah, but the Dragon Strike and the Grav locks them up, so they're not able to go get any kills, but then the Flux comes through for J-Wall, and it hits 3 players, kills 2 of them. Big plays of the Sigma from Solar Flare, and attempted at a heroic Shatter from Lillian came out, but it's just nothing cooking, so this is going to be Solar Flare holding on.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a really close. That was a lot of big ults and some switches coming out from Hyperion. We have the Ana and the Genji trying to go for a bit of a Nanoblade composition now off of the Rush composition. This is fairly standard for that Brawl Rush composition. And switching to the D.Va as well to sort of deal with the spam. And look at Tick Totem with so much damage. 43% weapon accuracy on the Hanzo. Incredible plays, incredible stuff so far. Excited to see what they do going forward, as they're just getting so much pressure. Just their existence is making the members of Hyperion quake in their boots. And here comes this fight now. The free coming in as well.
Oh, the Shatter gets blocked. Really nice block there from Lily. Now you're going to see the Haidu come out. Hits 2, takes them down. And we also have the Flux from J-Wall. He's built, I mean, that was incredible how quickly he built that one up. Tries to use it, but I mean, the entire team's already dead. Didn't even need it. So, once again, really nice fight from Solar Flare.
Yeah, I think that I was questioning that Gravitic Flux at the start, but he's dashing on the Ana. And that stagger is somewhat worth it. You definitely would have wanted it for maybe a later fight, but now, especially with Hyperion coming in with 2-3 ult even, you might want that back, especially with your BAP gone.
Yeah, Sunsetting is now switched over onto the Genji for some reason. Manages to find the opening. That's actually a 180 from Joe Mama to bait out the Shatter that blocked it. Dragon Strike comes through, gets eaten up though. I see there. And so this is going to be Hyperion win that fight, and Sunset, with the help of that Nano Boost, is already built up into a blade.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, you're not going to get that Nano Blade combo, but I think Hyperion waiting for a bit of a cheeky flank blade? It's going to be interesting to see if they're able to do that, especially if they use the Blizzard to try and force a little bit of pull back, but Mama's actually going to catch the Lucio.
Yeah, and Sunset gets taken down from the back there. Stick Totem comes up with the 2K, so Hyperion getting forced out here, so a lot of early picks from Solar Flare is all I need to win that fight.
Yeah, and now the ult bank for Solar Flare is gigantic. The question is, are they going to be able to space these ults out? Because if they blow all 6 of these ults on this next fight, then Hyperion are just going to be able to, even if they lose the fight, they can just come back with their few ults and blaze through. They're already on the Nano Blade. We'll just have to see. There goes Tick Totem. We'll have to see. Here comes a lot of ults.
Yeah, I expect the blade here from Sunset. Gets the Nano Boost. Blizzard comes through. Zones them out. There's the blade. Gets caught at the grab, though. It looks like his team will still manage to win that. So Hyperion continuing to march forward here. Jane will try to get out.
That was a lot, and Solar Flare did exactly what I was nervous about them doing. They blew 4 ults on that fight. To be fair, 4 ults coming out of Hyperion, but now Hyperion have every advantage. Here comes ults as well.
Yeah, here's the Dragon Strike onto the cart. Sound Barrier as well for Solar Flare. Hyperion get the boop kill there on the J-Wall, but they're actually down a member now. But with the Genji kill onto Joe Mama, they may be able to fight a way back into this, but the flank from the Cowboy puts them in a very winnable position. There's the High Noon! Another double kill. Make that kind of a 3K there with the D-Mech. Besides the Baby Diva, though, so this will be Hyperion looking like they just got shaved off.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want there. I'm not even sure if anyone's going to be able to touch. It's going to be up to potentially the Lucy or the Genji. They're not. And now that's pretty good from Hyperion to put a stop to that. Well, pretty good from Solar Flare, pardon me, to put a stop to that before they reach the end. And now there are no extra rounds. It's just going to be, can Solar Flare basically complete King's Row?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and Solar Flare in a really good spot to go up 2-0 in the set. As we switch sides now, as they, like you said, need to essentially just capture up King's Row to get the win. See what comp they up to run here, though.
Yeah,
wonder
absolutely.
if we're going to see Hyperion continue to run this Genji inside their brawl, and they do. So, once again, kind of a weird variation onto the brawl that they're going to bring out.
I think, honestly, this might be a bit of comfort picks coming out from Hyperion. And at this point, at this sort of division, playing the meta is not always 100% the way to victory. Like, if you just stick to the meta, sure, it's good at this point, but the differences are so minuscule that if you're going to play better on a certain hero, if you're just more familiar with that hero's kit, nuances, and everything else, sometimes it's just better, as now Starless 7 and Tick Totem trying to find some purchased shot Reinhardt in the knees. Poor Reinhardt
you could shoot his hammer.
Gonna become an NPC from Skyrim. Used to be an adventurer, but then he took an arrow to the knee and gets slept. Oh no.
Yeah, Joe Mama taking a lot of pressure, forced back. It's going to be an opening from Sunset. Manages to take down Tick Totem with the dash. Betrayed comes through as aforementioned Sunset is the one who ends up dropping. And you're going to see Sombra poking through from the side, and it kind of brings Hyperion's attention away from the front line, which will start to move forward. Joe Mama falling low. Immortality Field is used to keep him alive.
Yeah, that was very, very close there for Joe Mama. Being able to be on the other side of the wall and still stay alive. Not gonna last a second time though, but very lucky there. Starless 7 able to get that immortality, and that saves them. Genji gets staggered out as well. If this Ana goes down, it could be devastating, and it looks like they will. That's really rough.
Yeah, that is, hate to see it here, but coming to the next fight, you're going to see a lot of ults coming in from Solar Flare. They may be in a position to snowball this, but Nanoblade is close.
Yeah, Nanoblade is close, but look at the... But they really want to have Swirls Barkley charge up this beat because it's going to really keep them up through the Nanoblade. And if they can't do it before the Genji before Sunset charges their blade, they're going to be in massive trouble. And Swirls Barkley actually gets hit with the EMP. Oh no!
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Reinhardt is hacked up there because of the EMP, so Shatter's able to get deployed, but they don't actually end up getting any kills. And so now you have the sound barrier coming through, which keeps everybody alive, and now a Blade. Caught in the grab though with Sunset, but actually gets a deflect kill there on the Starless 7.
Yeah, Sunset is really going crazy on this Genji. We were kind of weirded out by it. Genji has been nerfed a bit, but still, Sunset showing us that if you're good at a character, you can make it work. Going into this next fight now, you have a lot of these ults gone, but Pillarman has charged up that EMP to 69%. A really nice job there, getting that damage in, and here comes the Dragon Strike, just putting so much pressure, splitting the team in two.
Yeah, and there's the update for Solar Flare. Blizzard is committed, but the team of Hyperion is getting decimated here. Tick Totem, who's been a real star so far, is continuing to shine.
The Archer vanished.
Yeah, absolutely. And now Solar Flare, they're in a position to start the snowball. Like you said before, they're doing so well at just at cycling these ults. They have 4 up compared to 2 from Hyperion. And there's 1 immediately that just gets beat.
Yeah, there's the EMP.
There's the
Hits
EMP.
5 people.
Good
That's the
night.
shatter from Joe Mama. It was some nice usage to start. It was a nice blocks there to start off the fight for Hyperion, but you had the sound barrier, you had the EMP, you had the shatter, and Solar Flare are essentially kind of like one fight and a stall away from winning this map.
Yeah, and 4.5 minutes on the clock for Solar Flare. They have been blazing through. They've lost a lot of their ult, but there's a hack onto the Reinhardt using their only ult left. Here comes the Nano Blade from Sunset, immediately gets the BAP.
Yeah, but he gets traded. Good immortality field there for Starless 7 as he went down to keep his team in the fight for a little bit longer. And being able to stay in this now is Solar Flare. Sunset will switch over onto the Cowboy. Shadow comes off the side, managing to hit the Sombra, but that's going to be it. And there's the sound barrier, and it allows Hyperion to push the aggression, bring down the tank fight, and win the fight.
That's a really huge beat there because you use that beat and you now don't have beat for the grab, the flood. You don't have beat for the grab, the Dragon Strike, or the EMP. Any of these ults that could potentially turn this fight and just make it an instant win for Solar Flare, you do not have the beat for, and this could be devastating. These 4 ults that Solar Flare have are game-winning ults, and here comes one, here comes another.
Yeah, the grab's really good. I think Tick Totem's Dragon Strike got canceled from the Blizzard, so that's not actually able to come into the Graviton Surge, and Hyperion are winning this fight. You had the EMP and your kind of grab thrown in as well, and they weren't able to win that out. That is quite tragic.
Yeah, they threw in 3 game-changing ultimates, 3 ults that I thought that since Unpin beat before they came out, I thought it was an insta-lose for Hyperion, but Hyperion were able to cancel the beat and weather the EMP and the grab, having them hit half of their team and being pretty ineffective because they didn't hit all of them. There's the flank shatter! Oh
Big plays there from Lily. Takes down the support lane with that, and that's going to be Solar Flare being sent away, banished. And Hyperion continuing to put up a good defense here. 2:15 left.
Aggressive roll there from Sunset. Almost gets taken out, but now you're coming back up to these big ults like I was talking about. You're coming back up to the EMP for Solar Flare. You're coming back up to the Shatter, to the Dragon Strike. These could be big, especially when you don't have a shield.
Yeah, really early pick. It's followed up with the Shatter. They do end up eating the Dragon Strike, but the EMP once again just cancels the entirety of that Sound Barrier. That's the second time we've seen that this set. Sound Barrier gets deployed before the EMP, so none of that extra health is there. You're going to probably see a pin from Lilium, I imagine, to try to touch, but it's going to be the Tracer who manages to get there to start. A lot of people on the cart, though, for Hyperion are falling low. They have 4 alive, and if this Wrecking Ball could get like a boot kill, they might have a chance, but this is not looking likely. So Solar Flare will go up 2-0 in the series.
Yeah, Solar Flare there. Hyperion's definitely starting to adapt to the this sort of strategy that Solar Flare is running, but it's not enough, at least not for King's Row. And now going into looking at our third map, we've got some really rough time looking forward. If you're Hyperion, you have to win 3 in a row. 2 of them, of course, would be Solar Flare's choice. And that'll be really rough to have to run it back 3 maps in a row to your enemy's choice. That's going to be very, very tough for them. And I don't know, Joe, do you think they can do it?
I honestly don't know. I think you'll need to see some big individual plays if Hyperion want to be able to pull this out. But yeah, this is definitely going to be a tough one if they want to be able to pull out this series here, because a reverse sweep would need to happen. And like you said, 2 of those map selections would be Solar Flares.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we saw some of these flashes, these moments of potential from Hyperion. We saw some flashes of brilliance, but like with stats like these, look at this comparison between Joe Mama and Lilium. You have 9,797 damage done per 10, 2,000 more for Joe Mama, and so much more damage is going into Lilium's shield. And you might say, well, Lilium is blocking so much more damage. Isn't that better? To me, I look at that number and I see your shield must be broken half of the time.
Yeah,
of course, eliminations. Look at that. It's
I also get from the stats that Joe Mama's been playing a much more aggressive Reinhardt. You look at the deaths, right? When you see like a lot of these elimination and final blow stats, you might expect Joe Mama to be kind of dying a lot less than they were rolling. But no, the deaths are almost equal here. Only 1 less for Joe Mama. And I think this really speaks to kind of the more aggressive playstyle which we saw from Joe Mama.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's that really does vibe with that rush composition. That's the vibe you're going for when you play rush, is you want to be aggressive, you want to push into the enemy, and you want to close the distance. You want to make any long range heroes that your opponent is running, you want those characters to be ineffective. And I think that's really what Joe Mama has been doing and what they've been leading their team to do.
Yeah, definitely. Very excited. I think we may be going to a quick break here before we hop into the third map of the series. You'll not want to go anywhere. We will be right back.
healing that was coming out from them. And then the Ana goes down after that, and it was just quick cleanup. Resignations and Witty Wave really clutching out in the DPS department for SM, and they've got first capture crossing 15%. Ultimate's coming up online already. You're going to have Deadeye, and look, we've got Grab Dragons available for that test.
Oh, they're going to waste no time in committing it. The Graviton comes out. It was there, but it's not going to get any... Oh, excited. Thank you so much, Sidebjorn. Living up to the... Oh, beautiful strats from R.I.S. They're going to go ahead and teleport directly onto the point, so they will be meeting them tantamount.
Nothing to try and eat it with, nothing to stave it off, no support ultimates. They've got a shatter. It might just have to be put in to keep the Bastion ult, but they don't care about this Bastion ult. They've got a Batiste!
Oh, man, this is just nutty right now.
This is not something that you want to push in on, but it's going to be the bomb and the charge into Mansion picks up 3! All of the 3 that you want are Reinhardt, both of the supports, and this is the fight done already. Frost
Here
Dragon
it comes.
It does pull out the Transcendence, but the anti-mid gets...
And here comes back on the Doomfist, not hacked up by the EMP critically. Starjumper has the Deadeye, no hack this time around. Starjumper gonna clean up the fight, get 3, get the electric cowboy for dancing effect.
This might be the best map for that in all of Overwatch, as we see the hook shot and the headshot.
Bane with the silk thread shot, show it off.
Isn't gonna work really well against the Ghost Confar. It's fine to do but you're not gonna get through this.
I love watching teams that I haven't seen play before play. It's always thrilling.
Round 1.
It really is. It's wild cards. You know, it's something you don't get to see at the higher levels. You know, everybody's at least been seen usually at lower level matches. So this is always a fun experience.
Healing that was coming out from them, and then the Ana goes down after that.
To GitGud North America Season 8. I'm Joe Razor, joined here by K-Wig, and we are getting ready to hop into the third map of the set in between Solar Flare and Hyperion in the Rookie Division.
Yeah, absolutely. We have seen a really, really rough time here from Hyperion 2-0 on Busan, only winning a handful of team fights, and on King's Row, having a really tough time, like we saw. 4 minutes and 20 seconds as Solar Flare were going into that third point is not good for your defense. And now we're going into Rialto. This is Hyperion's last chance to start to turn this around, or it is the chance of Solar Flare to pick up 3 more map wins for their belt.
Yeah, for sure. Hyperion, this is a win or lose situation for them. If they drop this map, the series is over. But Solar Flare looking to get a clean 3-0 here. Like you saw on your screen, though, was Rialto where we will be heading. I wonder if we'll see more... we saw both teams run like kind of traditional dive comps at different points. We also saw Solar Flare kind of run some ball dive. So I wonder if we will see either of those come out.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of different compositions that you can run on Rialto. I think with a lot of these payload maps, you see these sort of double sniper compositions come out because payload maps, I don't know why, but they always have these very long sight lines. Junkertown, Rialto, Havana, all of them have very long sight lines that most characters will reach their fall-off distance at some point where their damage becomes less effective, or they can't even reach characters like Junkrat or characters like Reinhardt that can't really reach past a certain distance. Snipers don't have that limitation, and so on payload maps like this one, you see that a lot, and wouldn't you know it, both these teams make a freaking liar out of me and don't play any snipers.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Yeah, we know for a fact the defense won't. Offense is time to change. Very interesting comp here. Okay, the Cowboy pick makes a bit more sense. But it's going to be a double shield with the Pharah, and then a Cowboy as well for Solar Flare. Hyperion, they still have sometimes a change, but it looks like overall they want to run some form of a brawl.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking at this composition here from Hyperion, Solar Flare is going to have to really try hard to keep their distance, because if not, they're just going to get run over by this Brawl composition. The Mercy is an interesting choice with Blu-ray HD.
Yeah,
Doesn't look like
normally
any,
see like a
easy-
Lucio, and I think with a Mercy, you're gonna struggle a lot without the speed boost against kind of the Pharah. Blu-ray's already picked off there. Soldier's falling low as well, so just a lot of damage being pumped in here. And this comp from the Hyperion is just so slow, and they're just getting picked off one by one here by Solar Flare.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with the fact that, like, the Lucio is normally something you would see in this composition. Lucio is incredibly important. Two characters like the Reinhardt including the Reinhardt, is 3 HGs getting picked off again. It just feels like Hyperion can barely catch their breath before another pick comes in. They might just need to sit and spawn for a second, because they just keep getting picked off. They can't keep going like this, Joe.
Yeah, this is not a good start at all here, Solar Flare. Definitely, I don't want to say competitive, but it's what it appears to be so far. Where I see a Pharah swap now, so this Mercy pick makes a bit more sense when you want to run a Pharah, but then why wouldn't you just kind of run an Orisa? It's just definitely some confusing things there, but they're gonna manage to get the kind of main core of this brawl onto the cart. And Tick Totem gets whipped before getting set flying there, but this will still be a fight win despite the death there onto Tick Totem.
Yeah, this composition feels a lot like a composition you'd run in, like, the Hyperion's composition feels like a comp you'd run when you're playing a comp game and Afara is just completely taking advantage of your team. So you completely course correct to only take care of the Afara. You play the counter Afara Mercy, you play the Soldier, the D, every single thing that can counter Afara. Feels like Hyperion are playing, and still Tick Totem is taking advantage of them and just running them around in circles, and they're just struggling. Hyperion already suffering with a greater gravitic flux as well.
Yeah, definitely, and this is looking pretty good here though for Hyperion, as they have finally managed to find some picks to get a Resurrect as well into the Diva, but Tick Totem looking to try to keep his team into this with the kill there onto the Soldier. And now he gets the direct hit onto the Pharah, but gets healed up.
Yeah, Tick Totem as well used the barrage around the time Sunset got in, has charged the barrage again so much faster. Tick Totem is getting so many picks here. This is disgusting.
This is absurd. Yeah,
I'm serious though, the entire comp,
they're gonna win this.
I'm serious that the entire comp of Hyperion is meant to demolish Afara. There is no way that Tick Totem should be doing this much damage. Getting 4.6k in about 3 minutes is incredible for this competition and for how split that Hyperion should be playing. The Soldier should be on the off angles, the Mercy with the Soldier, the Pharah in the sky. You should not be getting so much damage. Here comes the Diva Bomb, but will it be enough for Hyperion?
Sunset managing to do some great work with it. Tick Totem does take down the Pharmacy with his dying breaths, but it does not matter. So Hyperion, off the back of Sunset, kind of make some massive plays. Will manage to capture up second point here. Get 2 minutes and 30 seconds added to the clock.
This is a really good amplification matrix from Unpinned, trying to catch Solar Flare as they're on their retreat. Does not catch anyone though, and now that's definitely an ult they're going to want back, as now a lot of these ults were used by Hyperion. And now Sunset switches to the Cowboy. Here comes the Bongo from Solar Flare, and this is going to be a really rough time for Hyperion, as there's a lot of ults on the side of Solar Flare.
Yeah, and there's an opening onto Lily, man. They're gonna run with this. The Bongo provides so much damage for Solar Flare, and they are gonna put that to good use there, winning out that fight.
They're chasing them really far here, and this is a really brutal spot to get held, especially against the double shield. Hyperion are even switching to a Widowmaker to try and find some opening picks, which is going to be difficult playing against Swirls Barkley on the Mercy, who has shown themselves to be very, very reliable. The Hulk doesn't find anything, and now Hyperion, they look like they are struggling.
Again, there's the Flux. You can see the Pharmacy has come from behind! And it has the Barrage online. Manages to find 2, and this is looking all Solar Flare so far. A minute and 10 seconds back.
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked like the interesting sort of swaps here now. Hyperion going back to the McCree. I'm not sure if Sunset is really trying to switch it up a lot, and it looks like they're the only person on Hyperion who is really trying to do that. Dueling Amplification may just come out now. A lot of damage coming through, and it looks like Hyperion taking it.
Yeah, as this is looking like Hyperion, they managed to get 1. I mean, the Mercy can't get out. Tick Totem goes into the drink. That's due to be Charles Barkley, and so this is Hyperion managing to pull out this fight when 20 seconds left on the clock, so one more fight attempt for Solar Flare to try to stop him on second.
Hyperion do have the ult bank here. They have the bomb. They have the bongo. And they have the Valkyrie. Is anyone even going to be able to touch for Solar Flare? No! Oh no! And Tick Totem gets to pick on the Blu-ray as well. That could have been a one fight. That could have been curtains for Hyperion. That could have been the game now for Solar Flare. But no, they're just going to barely be able to hold on.
Yeah, bomb gets sent in the back. Does manage to get a kill, but I mean, Solar Flare do win out the fight, but Hyperion managed to cap up second point here. Now, you hate to see it.
You do hate to see it. Oh, that's really rough. Now, looking into... Here comes the Valkyrie from Blu-ray HD, not really pushing in. Pillarman has the high noon, gonna use it, and nothing out of it. Gosh, that's really hard there for Hyperion. Now these ult banks fairly equal, as Solar Flare have to a little bit more, and you're not gonna find anything.
Yeah, and I mean, Solar Flare just running at him here, just taking every single one of them down. Hyperion being completely denied of a chance.
Now it looks like Solar Flare are going to position themselves really aggressively. You're not defending second point anymore, ladies and gentlemen. You are not defending second. But now here comes the ult. Solar Flare and Hyperion both going to use all their ults, going to try and win this final fight.
Oh, Immortality was already used!
Oh no! Tick Totem is just going to eat the remains, and that just might be it.
Yeah, this may be it here for Hyperion's attack. They do have close spawns, so they will be able to probably get some good stall. I say that. Nobody actually is able to get to the touch outside of the initial 2 staggers, and that's Hyperion getting... It was an okay attack, but definitely not what they were hoping for, as Solar Flare have their win con for the series.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just want to say for that, welcome to the caster curse. You say, you know, they're going to be in good position for some staggers, and they don't actually touch the point before overtime runs out. And I talked all about how snipers are really good, and then they come out and they don't play snipers except for Sunset playing a little bit of the Widow and then switching off it very quickly. Hyperion just kind of had a bit of an identity problem throughout that entire attack. They didn't really know what they wanted to play, and oh no. No, Joe, tell me I'm not seeing what I'm seeing.
It's the attack. They can change. The defense, though. Let's focus on the defense. The defense. They're playing a double shield. Hanzo Soldier once again. Probably going to see a Mercy or a Brig from Unpinned. And then the attack. I doubt they run this. I really do.
Do it, Solar Flare. Do it.
Now it's starting to form a comp. If you see, like, Starless 7 go over to, like, an Ana. Yeah, this Pharaoh works. Here, see, now they formed an actual comp, yeah. So this isn't too bad. Normally would see like a Tracer instead of the Doomfist, but the Doom could work if he's able to get some like good targets to kind of dive on.
Yeah, we'll have to see if the dive composition can beat out the double shield. Usually the dive composition is going to have some good time there, but now Pillarman is facing off against the R.I.S, and that's going to be a really rough 1v1 there for them to try and win. That will come through, but a lot of aggression coming out.
Yeah, Immortality Field gets used early, but the Totem picked off, and his body's going to go into the drink there, so I don't actually think that's resable for him. But Pillarman trying to keep them in this here. Managing to find one, actually misses the Seismic Slam, so ends up getting caught out there by Sunset. Joe Malva continues to push aggressive, though, and manages to take down the Soldier. So, very back and forth, but Vaporeon, I want to say win this, but they continue to lose players. It's a Solar Flare are working their way into this. Bongo gets deployed, but it's only the tanks and the Baptiste alive, so we need to be a big individual play, and then the anti-nade from Starless 7 is going to be enough to close this out.
Yeah, that pick that Pillarman got onto Blu-ray HD, Solar Flare recognized that Hyperion had almost no sustain without their Baptiste, and so now they were able to push in, and even if they lost players, they knew that Hyperion did not have the sustain that they would have. If they kept their healers alive, they would be able to keep it up, and J-Wall is actually going to get demeched on the dive, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's definitely not looking too good there for the side of Solar Flare, or excuse me, as they are continuing to be forced back there. You can see these very aggressive positions Solar Flare taking. Bob just gets dropped in, and I mean, he just kind of places the bomb on the ground, and he manages to get the kill, so yeah, this is going to be Solar Flare continuing to get some good cart progress.
Yeah, and now 4 minutes and 8 seconds, and I'm feeling deja vu here. One fight left for Hyperion, and unless they can pull out a miracle, they're really going to be struggling here. Not a lot of ults for Solar Flare, but they have the Nano, they have the Visor, and it looks like that's exactly what they're going to be doing. They're going to try and cut through the members of Hyperion violently with this Nano Visor. Will it even work?
Yeah, it's a really good rally there. It allows them to kind of sustain through the Nano Visor, and the Flux puts them in a good spot to close out the fight. But look at the timing, 5 minutes. I mean, they're gonna need like approximately 8 more fights just like that. And the thing is, they captured up second point during that. So look how close these respawns are. They could get like fights every 20-30 seconds.
Yeah, it adds a minute and a half to Solar Flare's time bank, and it makes their spawns pretty much within 2 feet of them. The high noon will come in, but it feels like Hyperion might just be prolonging the inevitable now.
Yeah, but they do win this fight, so they are definitely still in this. But now like I said, that fight, like, they were able to engage within 30 seconds, and they're gonna be able to do that immediately again. And this come from Solar Flare, they can just kind of build up into ults, and they'll just be able to win when they press Q.
Yeah, absolutely. At some point, you're pretty much just going to see whenever Solar Flare feels they have some sort of advantage either in ults or in numbers, you're going to see them just pop a bunch of ults, and now they're pushing through, almost getting these C9s, but they're getting all these picks. That's it.
Yeah, Solar Flare take the series 3-0 here over Hyperion. Hyperion keeping up their streak of all their series is ending in a 3-0 fashion here, but they end up on the losing side of it. So Solar Flare gonna, I believe they're 4-0 coming into this, so really well done there from Solar Flare to take the win.
Yes, Solar Flare move up to 5-1. They were 5-1 coming into this game, and they're definitely going to move up now, going above the people that have 4 wins, going into 5 wins, which right now is, of course, only one team, the 5-0 team Rampaging Inferno, and it's going to be a few more teams after this, but Hyperion, they now have 2 losses on their record. They're going to drop down a few places. Meanwhile, Solar Flare, with this win against Hyperion, they've got some very good prospects looking forward. They were already 3rd place in the groups right now, but with this win, they could move up to 2nd place.
Yeah, definitely big stuff there. You can see kind of Pillarman and Tick Totem. These kind of the dueling DPSs, as you can see on screen, played a lot of fire, and the Cowboy. And, I mean, you could just see Tick Totem in a lot of... it was outpaced him in the pure damage, but when you look at kind of the limbs and final blows, slightly better for Pillarman, but a lot of damage being just outputted there from Tick Totem.
Yeah, absolutely. So much damage from Tick Totem. And I would like to draw your attention to that hero time stat. Tick Totem spent almost a minute less on the Pharah and McCree versus Fillerman, and still was pretty close in terms of eliminations and final blows, as well as those ultimates used. And that damage done per 10 is insane. 13,000 damage per 10 minutes.
Yeah, for sure. Was really nicely done for them. And, yeah, it was a really nice win there for the side of Solar Flare. Like you said, moving up to 5-1 now. Hyperion, though, dropping to 3-2, I believe. And with that, we are going to head to a quick break before our next game of the night. You will not want to miss it. We'll be right back.
Control it, you know your lips are golden, baby, get me high. Touching me like lightning, yeah, keeping it exciting. You know exactly what to do to blow my mind. You're from another planet. I've never felt like this. I don't know how I ever survived without it. I'm starry-eyed, got me upside down, spinning around you. Wanna taste the just keep painting constellations. You cover me in glitter till I'm shining bright. I never wanna leave the sky. The way you made me feel alive. I was in the dark and baby, you're the light. You're from another planet. I've never felt like this. I don't know how I ever survived without it. I'm starry-eyed, got me upside down, spinning around you. Wanna taste the clouds, dance with charm. Everything I know will be gone in a minute, and that's alright. Alright, 'cause I'm free. I'm freer than I've ever been before. Yeah, baby, I'm free. I'm freer than I've ever been before. Alright, 'cause I'm free. I'm freer than I've ever been before. Yeah, baby, I'm free. I'm freer than I've ever been before. Running through the last of my thoughts, standing on the edge of my charm. Everything I know will be gone in a minute, and that's alright. Running through the last of my thoughts, standing on the edge of my charm. Everything I know will be gone in a minute, and that's alright. Alright, 'cause I'm free. I'm freer than I've ever been before. Yeah, baby, I'm free. I'm freer than I've ever been before. Alright, 'cause I'm free. I'm freer than I've ever been before. Yeah, baby, I'm free. I'm freer than I've ever been before.
They did find Cucumber, but he's gonna lift him.
Oh, Vulcan gets caught right into that, and Speed is going to be
Oh,
the follow-up.
no.
Talk
You
about
let
jumping
him
over to the
do.
Doofus, talking about playing into the Doofus.
A manos de la bola. Va, ya son 3 las picks que conseguía el equipo de British Hurricane.
We need your help to decide our Opinion Outpost MVP of the match.
He's got a minute to kind of work some sort of pick against this Doc, and oh my good lord, he just got eviscerated.
Oh! He's not dead! Wait, now he's dead!
Holy cow, I've never seen someone get so aggressive.
Oh, catches their opponent outside of the building, and that is it!
It's Rocket League Wednesday on the High School Esports League home room. I am, as the kids say, vibing right now.
This is just fumes for them, while Pharaoh rips shot after shot after shot of the back of them.
Good wall towards site, but it's already been broken, so they can't even get that spike down trustedly. Camera over towards site, and again, it's getting all that information. Heatbot going absolutely massive!
Here in this map number 4 season, up on championship point, being up 2-1. Nifty dropped down to 19 HP. Joker with his M13 in hand is just trying to hold the angles.
for you, babe. I've loved you the same this whole time. So tell me, what's on your mind? And I'm not here to hear you say you're fine. I can take the pain you hold inside. I wanna know, wanna see it. Can I feel your kryptonite? Can't get this off my mind. Does it only control you? Let me in, I'll help you out. I won't lose you this time. Can I feel your kryptonite? Can I feel your kryptonite? You think you're too far, but I'm where you are, you know. I said I won't leave your side. They left you bare, but I'm begging you, stare in my eyes. For you, yeah, I'd give my life. And I'm not here to hear you say you're fine. I can take the pain you hold inside. I wanna know, wanna see it. Can I feel your kryptonite? Can't get this off my mind. Does it only control you? Let me in, I'll help you out. I won't lose you this time. Can I feel your kryptonite? Can I feel your kryptonite? I wanna know, wanna see it. Can I feel your kryptonite? I'm here to hear you say you're fine. I wanna know, wanna see it. Can I feel your kryptonite? Can't get this off my mind. Does it only control you? Let me in, I'll help you out. I won't lose you this time.
One more wine, one more whiskey, and we just kept the car in park and dim the headlights so we see the stars. Let them tell us where we should start. And I'm scared as hell because there's no way to know how this goes. But I can't help but say I promise to give you my all. But it might break me. It might break me, break me. It might break me, break me. It might break me down. I won't let you down. But it might break me, break me. It might break me, break me. It might break me down. It might break me. It might break me. It might break me. It might break me down. But it might break me. But it might break me. It might break me. It might break me down. But it might break me. The sight of you, it makes me dizzy. And when you're gone, I miss your face. Tonight I'll meet you in our favorite place. And just can't let this wait one more day. But I'm scared as hell, and there's just no way to know how this goes. And I can't help but say, trusting why you are so beautiful. But it might break me. It might break me, break me. It might break me, break me. It might break me down. I won't let you down. But it might break me, break
healing that was coming out from them. And then the Ana goes down after that, and it was just quick cleanup. Resignations and Witty Wave really clutching out in the DPS department for SM, and they've got first capture crossing 15%. Ultimate's coming up online already. You're going to have Deadeye, and look, we've got Grab Dragons available for that test.
Oh, and they're going to waste no time in committing it. The Graviton comes out. It was there, but it's not going to get any... Oh, excited. Thank you so much, Sibjorn. Living up to the... Oh, beautiful strats from More eSports. They're going to go ahead and teleport directly onto the point. So they will be meeting them tantamount.
Nothing to try and eat it with, nothing to stave it off, no support ultimates. They've got a shatter. It might just have to be put in to keep the Bastion ult, but they don't care about this Bastion ult. They've got a Batiste!
Oh man, this is just nutty right now.
This is not something that you want to push in on, but it's going to be the bomb and the charge into Mansion Pixel 3! All of the 3 that you want, the Reinhardt, both of the supports, and this is the fight done already. Frost Dragon
comes.
It does pull out the Transcendence, but the anti-mid gets...
And here comes back on the Doomfist, not hacked up by the EMP critically. Starjummer has the Deadeye, no hack this time around. Starjummer gonna clean up the fight, get 3, get the electric cowboy for dancing effect.
This might be the best map for that in all of Overwatch, as we see the hook shot and the headshot.
Bane with the silk thread shot. Show it off.
Isn't gonna work really well against the Ghost Comp. R.I.S fine, but you need more or you're not gonna get through this.
I love watching teams that I haven't seen play before play. It's always thrilling.
Round 1.
It really is. It's wild cards. It's something you don't get to see at the higher levels. Everybody's at least been seen usually at lower level matches. So this is always a fun experience.
And welcome everybody to GitGud North America Season 8. Once again, I am Jerry, joined here by K-Wing, and we are getting ready to hop into our second match of the night. This time we're going to go all the way from Rookie up to Expert to get this match in between R.I.S and Cherry.
Charybdis. So between R.I.S and Charybdis, both of these teams are 3-2, and like you said, going pretty much from one end to the other, as we're going to be in our Expert division. The average of these teams here are around 4,100, 4,000, around that sort of level. Really high teams, so already looking there on the left, you have, of course, we have R.I.S, and on the right, you have Charybdis. Now, there's a lot of very good teams there. I do want to point your attention to Osamu, and on the side of R.I.S, I want to point your attention to Akiwi. Both of these are players with the ability, in my opinion, to really pop off, and they're the players that I think are really going to be the indicator for their team. They're the players that, if these players are doing good, everyone else is going to be doing good, and if they're not having a good day, then the entire team's not having a good day. So, Joe, what about you?
Yeah, I definitely agree. They're both the highest SR in their respective teams as well. On R.I.S, like you mentioned, you mentioned a Kiwi there. I mean, like a 4,400 player, so definitely really talented there on that flex support role. Very excited to see what he's able to pull off here. But due to the week we are currently in, we're going to start on Busan. So that's kind of the control map for this week and I believe next week. So that's where these matches will begin. And then as you can see, we move over onto Hybrid, then Escort, and we finish on and then over to 2CP. And then we would repeat onto Control if needed. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to see what the teams want to pull out here on Busan. On our first match, we saw some, I guess you could say, interesting comps from both sides on this map. So I'm definitely interested to see if we'll see some more traditional comps there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the thing is that in our last map, we saw a lot of comfort picks. We saw picks where the meta didn't matter as much because the small boost you get from playing the meta versus playing sort of compositions that you're comfortable with is very minuscule, if almost non-existent. But now when you're getting to the 3,900 plus SR, the people that are in Grandmasters into top 500. This is where this sort of playing the general meta is going to provide you with potentially that edge, because these are some of the best players in GGNA.
Yeah, definitely. Highest division. Both teams are very good. And they will get underway here. It's going to be a roll comp here for one side. On the other side, it's going to be a ball poke comp. This is a comp we will see on different parts of this map, but definitely Mecha Base is not the map point you usually see it on.
Yeah, Mecha Base is definitely usually the rush central, as it looks like the teams are ready to play Ring Around the Rosie here, but some early poke damage coming in from the Wrecking Ball. We'll have to see how it goes. That's a big pin!
Yeah, and Charybdis, excuse me, are going to manage to win out that fight. A lot of really good aggression there, just going straight onto the back line. Only the Ash remaining, which will be cleaned up shortly. That'll be the first cap going their way.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think really importantly is having Speedy there for Charybdis. You already have your first ultimate when Icarus, they're 35% away from their next soonest ultimate. But there's a quick positioning tap, as now Charybdis is getting forced to drop off from the high ground.
Yeah, and you can see them. They're to move the aggression here as soon as they take down Economy, who is on the Wrecking Ball. And Tracer is causing some disruption, but after using their recall, Nevermind has to be taken down nearly immediately. And a flip did come in for only 7%, but that gets brought back immediately. And the shatter is there from Osamu to clean this up. And so Charybdis are definitely in a good spot so far at this point.
Yeah, interesting. Nevermind drops in and just gets a little bit of charge there. A smart play from Nevermind, knowing that they're going to have the time to charge up that recall just to get a little bit closer to that pulse one so that they have to this next fight. Look at these ults. Icarus is using the strategy of trying to draw people away to the point and take them out there to such an advantage. They're using it and using the strategy, and now this fight is breaking out with some less than ideal positioning from Charybdis.
Yeah, Charybdis definitely still has been a nice 2-tap there. And he may be able to flashbang out of Spike his flux, but not able to do so. Blizzard gets thrown down, trying to clutch up this fight as they manage to find Spike here. They still have kind of this core 3 players on point, as well as Baptiste, who tries to go up and take a fight with Flick. And he's going to end up losing it here. Rally comes through as well for Icarus, that they will manage to close this out.
Yeah, that came through a lot of good sustain. Masayoki does throw in the Diva Bomb. I'm wondering if they're going to end up winning that back maybe in the future, but Charybdis stalling this out so well, getting to 99 and then getting out, and now Icarus has to hold until 100%. They cannot lose another fight.
Yeah, definitely. Charybdis kind of were using the more comp that I think we expected both teams to run here, and they're doing it, and they did a really good job with it. Now they're going to have to re-engage here. No real ults for either side online quite yet. See the Wrecking Ball of Economy gets all this info and get ready to swing through. And a Kiwi is the one to get the opening pick there. We talked about him a bit before the match started. Does some good work here to open this up. And on top of that, the rest of the team just continue to collapse on the targets, and Icarus did a really good job there. So shaving off the attack for now, 45 seconds.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting that pick onto Speedy was really important for multiple reasons. One, that Baptiste provides all your healing in this composition. Lucio can try, but they're not going to provide as much healing as you would want. And also, Speedy was very close to that amplification matrix, and you can't have that there. That's a really good flash thing there onto Economy. Here comes High Noon.
It's online. Pulse comes through. Forces out the Immortality Field, but doesn't get any picks. There is the Amplification Matrix. Being used in a pretty selfish way there from Speedy, and then the Transcendence from Akiwi. This allows them to go really aggressive. You see Frogger, she is on the front line there, but the boop. I mean, never mind, sitting right by the edge. take it down. And Charybdis trying to close out this fight for them. See the bomb get thrown onto the point. Shatter doesn't hit anything. Not really sure what it was aiming for. Look with a nice shot there. And if he is left uncontested for too long, to put in some real work here on this high ground. Blizzard zones people off the point for now. The flip still has not come through. And this DPS, the pressure is mounting. And Icarus are still in this fight. Town Barrier though for has been deployed as they want to try to make sure they can win out this fight.
That's a good play here from Super B, trying to force Lich off that high ground where they were just putting in so much pressure onto the members of Charybdis. Will it be enough? I don't think it will be, as now this overtime starting to tick down, and here comes the bomb, just trying to get something, anything going. That might actually be enough. Getting that Lucio down makes you lose a lot of your mobility and a lot of your long-term sustain, especially when you have a lower healing composition such as this with the Lucio and the Zen. Spike throws it in, almost losing the overtime there. The overtime rate burning down, nearly coming in, and it just seems like it's almost there, but not enough. And it looks like cleanup there. And oh my gosh, Icarus actually did it.
Yeah, in around that close, that 7% that Icarus got at the very beginning, if you think back, right, they flipped it 7% Charybdis, though, like immediately flipped it back over. That actually played a big part in that, because if they had that extra 7% to work with, they may have been able to get a bit of a cleaner recontest. They wouldn't have had to kind of rush their situation as much, but essentially a, like, 99-0 reversal there as Icarus take it. They're running kind of what I think, personally, I thought was comp that they would be disadvantaged in. They made it work. Now we move forward onto Sanctum.
Yeah, absolutely. On Sanctum, you don't have as much room to maneuver. And now it looks like Icarus is going to have Charybdis playing a bit of a similar strategy to what they were playing, albeit more of a pure dive composition with the Diva.
Yeah, they're going to run the ball comp here. This is a very, very dive-heavy comp. See the Wrecking Ball putting a lot of pressure there onto this Briggs and backline. It can be very exposed at times. This Wrecking Ball could really do a good job of kind of, with the help of the Tracer, assassinating them. And you can see the entire core of Icarus is just wrapping around, decimating this support line. Briggs and Zed taken out. And Icarus looking good to get the first capture.
Yeah, absolutely. We thought that Osamu was going to be the one to watch in this sort of main tank duel, but Economy is showing us that they are not one to be taken lightly. 74% to 26% ult charge. That is dominance, and that is Economy showing that they are really good at this Wrecking Ball, taking out both supports and crippling Charybdis.
Yeah, Charybdis need to try to pull this out here. You see a bit of point pressure being applied there by the Tracer, but I mean, it's Speedy who's taken down immediately, starts this off. Never mind, also has a full spawn, so I'm not sure who he will want to commit it onto, but I mean, he doesn't even have to commit it to anybody. His Economy goes off the side, but it should not matter. I say that. Kill comes through a defrag. It's only Wrecking Ball, so there should be Icarus still winning this.
Yeah, absolutely. And now look at these ult banks for Icarus. They have 2, close to 3 more from...
Okay. Whoa! Okay. Charybdis, where'd your support line go? That's, never mind, just, kind of makes the, Charybdis support line an afterthought there as they just get taken down.
Yeah, really, Nevermind just walked in and be like, hello, Charybdis. That's a nice support line you have there. Would be a shame if it disappeared. And then it did, and what is happening?
I mean,
Icarus were at every disadvantage. They're at every disadvantage at the start of this.
And kind of go in at once, they're getting taken down, then you see there, like, half the team's playing aggressive, half of the team isn't. They're putting themselves in positions to not succeed there, but you do see the Tracer of Nevermind and the Wrecking Ball of Economy overextend a bit, so they do manage to get an opening. Charybdis do.
They do have the ults to stall it out, though, and wait. And Mistress they need to get this EMP up fast. If they can't get it, if she can't get it, it might be curtains for Charybdis. And now the overtime comes in, they're almost captured, but it's so close. There's the EMP, will it be enough? Will they have to use it? That could be the ultimate question. They're starting to lose control of this point. There goes the EMP.
EMP only hits 2. that EMP only hits 2 people and the wrecking and the bomb, excuse me. So I mean, Charybdis are looking kind of out of luck here. It's only their wrecking ball who's able to stay alive for now. So Icarus are soon to get this flip back over, I imagine. You do see the Tracer of 2PV kind of come back in this, but what a shot from Lich to take him down. And then
Oh my gosh! Lich is just absolutely sucking the life out of Charybdis, and Icarus turned that around incredibly.
Yeah, Lich with some big plays there to close out that map. And, I mean, Icarus are okay, pretty good there. That first map was kind of, it was pretty close there, honestly. But then that second point just looked all Icarus, and they are going up 1-0 now in the series, and this will be now Charybdis' map pick.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think as we go into this, I'm really surprised that Lich is doing so well, because on the sheet that we're given to sort of give us information about the players, Lich is described as a flex DPS, and their most played hero for the team is Junkrat. I did not expect them to pull out the Ashe and just basically take Charybdis and say, no, you don't win.
There was this team I scribbed against, and they were a college team, and college teams are wild, right? You got kind of like 5 gold players, then 1 top 500 like player just on the team. They're weird. And they had this top 500 Junkrat 1 trick, and he just like dominated us on like the cowboy. And I mean, just like never underestimate Junkrat mains. Like top 500 Junkrat players are just they're terrifying. Like they're a terrifying breed.
Yeah, absolutely. Junkrat players, they play a character that is the embodiment of just chaos and disorder. They are chaotic and disorderly. They will pull out the hit scan and proceed to just dumpster you. I can't think of any other description for that other than just a complete and total rout, thanks to Lich and some really good plays from Economy on the Wrecking Ball, and you can't leave out the Tracer as well.
Yeah, for sure. That DPS line, the Wrecking Ball, they definitely did a really good job there of collapsing on the support line of Charybdis, and then also putting on some frontline pressure as well. They really did a lot of good work there. You can kind of see some really good synergy there in between the Wrecking Ball and the Tracer, and then the Ashe of Lich just doing so much follow-up damage, and then you saw in that last fight just killing the team all by himself when he feels like it. So I am definitely excited to see what else they're able to pull out here on our next map, which is Charybdis' map pick of Eichenwald. So their options were as followed: Dambani, King's Row, and Eichenwald here. Normally see teams go with King's Row, and then their secondary pick is Eichenwald, and Eichenwald is what we're going to end up seeing.
Yeah, absolutely. Eichenwald is a very interesting point because you can play a lot of things. Dive is pretty popular on second point, and there's a lot of different things you can do with first point. You can hold back and try and play the double shield. That sort of bunker comp. You can play more of a rush comp and hold under the bridge. And I'm interested to see what these teams do. We saw the Wrecking Ball play come through pretty well from both these teams, especially Icarus. But I'm very interested to see what they do. I think also one thing I'd like to point out is that Icarus has 8 players on their team, whereas Charybdis only have 6. Charybdis, their roster that they had on Busan is the roster they will have this entire match. For Icarus, they have the option to switch up their DPS, to switch up their supports to whatever composition they'd like to run. For Charybdis, you have to balance what your players are comfortable with and what compositions you want to run. Like if your projectile DPS player can't play Junkrat, you can't run a junk comp.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we won't see a junk comp here. But quick thing though. Charybdis did have listed as their favorite escort hybrid map, excuse me, as Eichenwald, so they get to play that. Well, Icarus's was King's Row, so Charybdis are getting on their preferred, while Icarus are being forced onto something that is not their preferred. So I'm definitely interested to see what Charybdis want to come out on here. I wonder if we will see them play some of this Wrecking Ball that we saw on Sanctum, excuse me, or if we see them maybe run some Dive. R.I.S can get played here. There's a lot of stuff they can go for.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that the important thing is that they need to let this they really need to let this not define the series, because that was a really rough second round for Charybdis, and if they start to let this snowball, this first map could define the entire series. So Icarus is going to attack first, and honestly, Charybdis needs a strong defense. They need to hold fast. Otherwise, if they let Icarus steamroll them going into the second map, they might just be boomed.
Yeah, definitely. We'll have to see some big plays coming out here for Charybdis if they want to be able to fight back into this set here. Icarus have chosen to start on the attack here. Normally, you see teams opt to go for the defense, but not Icarus.
Yeah, Icarus is just built different, as they say, as they're really going to the composite. They want to just, I think in terms of why they want to attack first, they want to come out and they want to sort of have their performance sort of dictated by them, in a way of like, we want to come out and we want to have the strong attack. We want to just keep the gas on and not let up until it's a 3-0.
For sure. On the defense, Charybdis, they're going to play a ball comp. So we talked about it a bit, but they're going to kind of go for a ball poke. Interesting, though, we're going to see him run the Cowboy instead of maybe like a Ashe or a Sombra. It's going to be the Cowboy here.
Yeah, I think the Cowboy's very interesting in terms of it's sort of that mix between the Sombra and the Ashe in terms of what you want. And you know what they say, if you try and split down the middle, you're not going to do anything. I forgot how the idiom goes, but trying to do two things good results in you doing just them both bad. So it might not be enough as Nevermind already gets. That's 2 1v1 wins.
I mean, Icarus just went out this fight because, like, hey, I guess they're just built different. I mean, that was lightning fast. 30 seconds into this. I mean, look at Spike's ult charge, by the way. His 9%. He's just passive fielding in a fight they won.
Gosh. Are you sure you don't want to be the analyst here? Why do they win? They're just built different. They almost have 6 minutes on the clock. That's insane.
That's absurd.
And there's the pick onto Super B as well, just staring out. Icarus are just... Yeah. I thought that they were going to go in aggressive and not let their foot off the gas. They are just not letting... They're not letting their foot off the nitros. This is insane.
Yeah, I mean, not letting Charybdis breathe here for even 1 second. Bert's going to start moving, though. They do manage to take out Spike, who's not in the best of positions. And you're going to see Economy. He's doing a bit of spinach as he's trying to stay alive. He may have gotten the boop off the edge. Looked like a shield bash was used to keep the Brig alive there. The big Brig tech. Nice kill there onto Asamu, who was cut out there. Playing a bit aggressive, gets CC'd, then focusing beam down. Drop below half health. That focusing beam can really just decimate pretty much anybody. There comes the Wrecking Ball, gets flashed up though, stunned, pooped away. And it's kind of been the story for the Wrecking Ball so far this map.
Yeah, absolutely. Super B does have this pulse bomb ready to come in and drop it.
He killed himself!
Oh no. Poor Super B.
Yeah, Trans is used from Akimi to try and keep his team alive, and he just kind of like uses it to leave. Guard's gonna continue moving though, as There are a couple of members of Charybdis still remaining. The Sigma, who's on the high ground, is falling pretty low. Might end up dying to Lich or Economy. And the Wrecking Ball on part, but like I said, is pretty low. Does drop the mines and manages to take down Nevermind. Lich goes the duplicate there. Manages to boof off the Cowboy. And not actually able to get off the mines there, so gets killed before the mines are able to get deployed.
Yeah, that was incredible. There comes the Gravitic Flux as well.
It's nothing.
And this is, it doesn't hit anything. That's crucial there for Icarus. Transcendence as well. Really interesting ult usage. Economy. Both these teams are just going for broke, trying to get something, anything going.
Oh, Spike.
Spike's gonna go down though. That could be huge. Amateurs,
yeah, the tank light of
Icarus
has been taken down. And so Charybdis managed to hold on here in a situation where it didn't look so good at the start, but Icarus are not able to close it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, that's really rough for Icarus because this is a tough position to be held in. They do have, I would say, the one ult you'd want to have. They have that Transcendence, which you can really use to both outlast other ults and use very aggressively. I think they might use it aggressively, or they might just get hit by the Pulse Bomb and use their brig.
Yeah, Economy's not the best spot. I mean, Super B is doing a bit of trolling here, as they say in the business. This is, once again, a fight win for Charybdis there, and they seem to have settled down. Like, they've burnt essentially 3 minutes off the clock now on second point here. Kind of, Icarus are starting, obviously cooled off here, and Charybdis come back.
Yeah, now it's going to be up to Icarus to start building up these ults. They're winning a lot of these early sort of percentages. Here comes the Pulse Bomb and gets stuck. Ooh. Trade, but I'd prefer to have that Zenyatta over the Tracer. It'd be a better trade for Icarus.
Yeah, for sure. Super B gets taken down there by Economy, so still in this here. Transcendence comes through from a Kiwi as they are trying to stay this flashback. Oh, the headshot's actually missed there. Pulse Bomb though from Super B comes in, managing to take down the Zenyatta. And so this will be Charybdis once again winning this fight.
Yeah, that's impressive. Now it's gonna be close. You have both support ults for Charybdis, but a lot of ults here for Icarus. You have the Copy, the Gravitic Flux, and you have the Minefield. You're coming up on the Pulse Bomb as well. That could be enough for Icarus to break this stalemate. It's just a matter of how much they think they need.
Yeah, for sure. Rahimo comes down on point, boost the Flux. Managing to hit up too, but Transcendence there once again from Speedy, so it's not able to do anything. Duplicate comes in from Lich. It's going to be on to this Sigma. Flux from the opposition is there. I think it got canceled as it doesn't actually hit anybody. And Lich! Gravitic Flux. Lich kills two. And they managed to take down Speedy as well. So Icarus has rebounded, capped up second point.
That was a really good copy from Lich, able to bring in the Sigma and use that Gravitic Flux to bring in, and now they're bringing out the Junkrat. They're bringing out the J Silly. I see the person in chat saying Lich is a J Silly Reaper 2 trick. Well, he's doing the Ashe pretty well, and now we're going on to the Junkrat. We'll have to see. You said we wouldn't see a Junkrat come today, and you caster cursed it. Look at that.
Yeah, Junkrat has come out here. As the mines get thrown down onto the cart here, and the defense kind of has this advantage. The Junk just kind of feels so out of place in this comp. I don't really get it, honestly, with everything else they're running. It just feels out of place.
Yeah, definitely the Junkrat is it's not a common pick, but still, if Lich is really comfortable on it, and it looks like they're able to get some picks off of it. A trade coming in, there goes Amsterdam as well. It could work for them.
Yeah, there's the Gravitic Flux. Pulse Bomb though comes in, and Transcendence now for a Kiwi, so Icarus are definitely in a spot to win this out here. Junker has the tire, looking to go silly here. goes up onto the chandelier here, trying to do his best architect impression. Park, though, continue to move forward here. They're going to want to make sure they can cap with time on the clock. That's a very big thing. Here's the tire. Comes out. Man, shake down Speedy. And then the flux. There goes the tank line, and they do cap with time. 35 seconds.
That's really good for Icarus. Capturing with 35 seconds is very tough. Capturing with time period is pretty tough on Eichenwald. But I think if Charybdis definitely has a... They don't have that win condition, but they have that goal. They need to finish the entire map, of course, but they're able to run up the clock as much as they like. You really would have wanted to just drain those 35 seconds away from Icarus, because if you did, you would have the chance to make it unlosable. But now coming in, very same composition from Icarus on the defense now, whereas Charybdis look like they're running fairly similar stuff.
Yeah, Icarus are, I believe, the same composition they ran previously. Charybdis look like they may want to run the same cup they started on as well. So we may just see a mirror. These teams seem to really like these Wrecking Ball comps.
Yeah, absolutely they do. And I mean, if you're Icarus, I can see why Economy has just been absolutely demolishing on the Wrecking Ball. So definitely, yeah. I can see why Icarus wants to do it. Osamu has not been slacking much either, as here comes the rollout from Osamu, just able to get over the roof on point. Gonna try and force Icarus, gonna use their strats against them now to try and force some poor positioning from Charybdis, or just take an entire tick. That's such good timing.
I mean, look, he just forces the Echo, kind of your main damage of this Icarus composition. Just abandon his team, man. I mean, Icarus are dropping like flies. Froggy, she does manage to find 2, but this is looking more and more like a Charybdis point capture here, as it was a kind of really fast point A attack, similar to like the attack we saw from Icarus, where they just kind of won it immediately.
I don't know why I found it so funny watching Osamu just spin around and around trying to follow Economy and actually kind of tracking them pretty well, as it looks like Osamu will actually win the 1v1, will get traded out as well, but Charybdis, 5.5 minutes, no slouch for that first point capture as well. If you remember, almost 6 minutes for Icarus when they captured first point, so these teams are not one to really defend that first point.
Ooh, never mind. Dropped there, Samu managing to pull up the kill. Wrecking Ball comes into the back, and a lot of pressure there on Mistress. Has to fall kind of away from his team there. Kiwi take it down though, so Charybdis are going to once again win this out. Start to move the cart. I mean, like I said previously, kind of shades of how the Icarus attack started.
Yeah, absolutely. Now it's up to Charybdis to sort of put a stop to it, and they have the tools to do that. They have 5 of their 6 ults close to or online. Here comes the early rally from Froggies. I'm interested to see if Charybdis try and match it. They do!
Yeah, and they managed to get the kill there onto Samu with the help of Lick. There is the Gravitic Flux. I mean, it hits 2 players, but Transcendence is there. But Spike actually goes down before the Transcendence comes out. So, you hate to see it. Goes down. And Icarus are trying to stick around for a bit longer. And they may be able to do so as Lich gets a kill, but this is still not looking too good for them.
That's a really good getting the kill onto that copy. Speedy's going to use the Transcendence and just try and keep things going now for Charybdis, but gonna get taken down, and now that's not good. Icarus looks like they're finally putting a stop to the bleeding here, and that's pretty much where the card stopped for Icarus on their attack.
Yeah, as Charybdis, though, are trying to not repeat those mistakes, but Economy rolls through!
Economy!
With 1 grappling hook kills 3. And I mean,
gosh,
maybe they're trying their best to mirror attacks.
Economy is so good on this wrecking ball. I love how every single prediction we've made about this map has been, this entire match has been wrong. We're like, you know, I think Osamu is going to be really dominant on the tank, and then Economy just comes out and says, no, I am going to be the wrecking ball to watch today. And you know what? They have.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of pressure being applied there onto Osamu. Slams all in, gets forced out there. There is the opening pick though. Brigitte of Froggy has been removed. As there's the pulse bomb. Here does manage to take down Zeta.
Trades out for the pulse bomb though. Now coming in, Amstress does get one pick for Charybdis here. Icarus looking like they're going to be holding pretty well. Will it be enough? Spike finds the pick on 2-2 now, and it looks like, yeah, it'll be enough. The mine used by Charybdis now looking forward for Charybdis. They have 2 minutes. Their time bank has evaporated right in front of their eyes, and they don't have a lot of ults to really do much with. Neither do Charybdis, but still.
Yeah, I said this the last on Icarus's attack. They've held them for 3 minutes here on second point, and that's happened again! And 1 kill from Nevermind on the Speedy.
I feel like
Nevermind forces
Nevermind.
up the recall as well.
Oh gosh, Nevermind just has like some sort of GPS tracker, some heat-seeking missile to the supports of Charybdis. It's just like, oh, you want. Charybdis is just like, oh, we want to push. Nevermind. That's it. Now has the pulse bomb.
Nevermind has been doing some great work there. Pulse bomb from Nevermind as well. Managed to take down Speedy, but gets traded out. So it's actually a player advantage now for Charybdis into this. The rally is committed for Frog. He's trying to keep the 3 members that are in the fight for them nice and healthy. The Flux actually completely misses his target, but I don't know if it'll matter too much here, as Charybdis definitely have the player advantage. Kill comes through though. Frog does get the boop off the edge. And Icarus are definitely trying to fight back into this, but it is a tough one as it is only the Tracer currently onto the point, and he gets taken off. So, I mean, they kept third point with a similar amount of time as Charybdis did. Will we see a similar attack?
I think that if anyone can do it at this point, Charybdis can. Look at this ult bank. 4 ults coming up, including the Transcendence, including the Heinen, including those mines. So if Osamu wants to come out and show that they're not just going to be playing second fiddle to Economy, now is the time. Here comes the Bob.
Yeah, Bob is shredded. Bob is dead. And Icarus have won the fight. The Bob may have died, but it did enough work to win that out, as Nevermind got a bit too aggressive there.
They did keep their ultimates, only using the Pulse Bomb, trading it out for the Bob, which is a pretty solid trade now. Icarus trying desperately to charge this Transcendence, and Lich switching onto the Junkrat again.
Yeah, Flux comes through, manages to get one in. There's the kill. Nicely done. It is to take down Mistress, as she will be sent back to spawn. Wrecking Ball low, rolling through, doing a lot of work. Nice boot there from Economy to cause the pulse bomb to get the frag, and Charybdis are gonna need to pull something out here. As Lich has switched over to the Junkrat. We saw him do it on their attack, and he does it again on the defense.
Absolutely, and this ult bank that I was holding up for Charybdis is starting to be crazy now. And the Torbjorn coming in. Seta goes down though. Economy just rolls right through, gets the pick. Lich is going in so aggressive. They're just taking this fight like it's second point.
Yeah, I mean, Icarus are... I mean, you said they, Charybdis was kind of putting their foot on the, I think you said the thermal pedal. That's what Icarus are doing here. Not letting them out of their spawn. Rally's going to come through though from Froggies to try to continue this hold here. There's somebody on the cart though for Charybdis, so this will force Icarus to fall back a bit.
It will, but look at these ults. They're really good ults for clearing off the point. We'll have to see if they're actually able to do that. Here comes the Tracer. Draws out the recall. Such good mind games there from Lich. Super B's gonna pick 2, but will it be enough?
But it's on second point, and the Kiwi kills 2. It's just the Wrecking Ball of his Samu currently, and with him dropping there, Icarus will put themselves on match point here. Charybdis will need to reverse sweep as Icarus take the opponent's map pick of Eichenwald.
Yeah, that was a really interesting map of Eichenwald there, as you see the Echo getting to play the game right at the end, and just incredible gameplay there. We saw exactly why we've been, since we got into this game, singing the praises of Economy, because that was just, it just felt like one big hamster cage, and we were just all living in it, as, I don't know, Economy was just making everything, making it seem easy, picking apart Charybdis, and now they're on match point. It is close to being a 3-0, so now we're going to have them pick their escort pick, which could be anything, and we'll have to figure that out once we go, after we come back from the break.
They did find Cucumber, but he's going to lift him.
Oh, Vulcan gets caught right into that, and Speed is going to be
Oh,
able to follow
no.
up. Talk
You
about
let
jumping
him
over to the
do.
Doofus, talking about playing into the
A
Doofus.
manos de la bola. Ya son 3 las picks que conseguía el equipo de British Hurricane.
We need your help to decide our opinion outpost MVP of the match.
He's got a minute to kind of work some sort of pick against this Doc, and oh my good lord, they just got eviscerated.
Oh! He's not dead! Right now he's dead!
Holy cow, I've never seen someone get so aggressive. Oh, catches their opponent outside of the building, and that is it.
It's Rocket League Wednesday on the High School eSports League home room. I am, as the kids say, vibing right now.
This is just fumes for them, while Pharaoh rips shot after shot after shot of the back of them.
Good wall towards site, but it's already been broken, so they can't even get that spike down trustedly. Camera over towards site, and again, it's getting all that information. Hebot going absolutely massive!
Here in this map number 4 season, up on championship point, being up 2-1. Nifty dropped down to 19 HP. Joker with his M13 in hand is just trying to hold the angles.
See the stars, let them tell us where we should start. And I'm scared as hell, because there's no way to know how this goes. But I can't help but say, I promise to give you my all. But it might break me, it might break me, break me, it might break me, break me, it might break me down. I won't let you down. But it might break me, break me, it might break me, break me, it might break me down. It might break me, it might break me, it might break me, it might break me down. But it might break me, but it might break me, it might break me, it might break me down. But it might break me. The sight of you, it makes me dizzy. And when you're gone, I miss your face. Tonight I'll meet you in our favorite place. And just can't let this wait one more day. But I'm scared as hell, and there's just no way to know how this goes. And I can't help but say, trusting why you are so beautiful. But it might break me, it might break me, break me, it might break me, break me, it might break me down. I won't let you down. But it might break me,
Welcome back, everybody, to GitGud North America Season 8. I'm Teresa, joined here by K-Wing, and we're getting ready to hop into this third map of the series here in between Charybdis and Icarus. And this is Charybdis' map pick once again, and they're going to be sending us to Junkertown here for our escort.
Yeah, absolutely. Junkertown is, I know I talked about this before, Junkertown is a sniper playground. You see a lot of the Widowmaker, some Hanzo played on this map, and just looking through these teams, there's not a lot of... No one put down a sniper as their most played hero, but I mean, we did see someone who we thought would be a Junk 1 trick come in and pull out the Ash, so anything can happen. I'm very excited to see what happens and what compositions you can play, because there are a lot of them. You can play the double shield bunker, you could play the pirate ship on attack, you can pull up the bastion, and I know that would be a funny way to end the evening. We saw a flash of it on Rialto last map, and we'll have to see though.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely expect to see kind of probably a decent amount of double shield, maybe some dive comps from these teams. Both really like these Wrecking Ball, so maybe we'll continue to see Wrecking Ball. I mean, so essentially what I'm saying is I have no idea what we're going to see. But there's a lot these teams could run. I would be surprised if we saw the traditional dive, though, over this Wrecking Ball dive, because both teams seem to really like this Wrecking Ball dive.
Yeah, absolutely. The Wrecking Ball has been a staple of both of these teams' compositions. You've had Osamu on the Wrecking Ball for Charybdis, and then you have Economy, of course, the man of the hour here that we have been talking about the entire time, for just how well they play the hero and how well they were able to just pick apart Charybdis so far. I think they've been a good part of Icarus' success as we go into Junkertown.
I'm going to jump down here. Be Charybdis on the defense, as Icarus once again chose to start on the attack.
Well, finally, I call the double sniper, and people are playing the double sniper. I feel validated here, you know? Finally.
Yeah, it is double sniper that we'll see on the attack for now. They could definitely swap it on the defense, though. We will see a Widow. So it'll be a Widow and the Cowboy with this Wrecking Ball comp with the Briggs Zen backline. I mean, both teams really seem to really love this like ball Sigma comps.
Yeah, absolutely. You're going to have to pull the ball pick out of Osamu and Economy's cold, dead hands, as it's going to be a battle between Nevermind and Super B, because these backlines are definitely going to be a bit vulnerable to the snipers, but it'll be a matter of...
Okay.
Good night.
Yeah. Speedy takes down Nevermind. And I guess Zen is better than Widowmaker, I guess. And long range tools. And then the same thing happens on the other side. A Kiwi. Oh, he just takes down Super B. It's like getting revenge for his teammate there. Kiwi does get traded out though from Osamu, and you can see an angle that Nevermind has. It's a pretty decent one. Just needs to try to hit these headshots. Only able to find the body so far.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw the orbs coming in from Speedy onto Nevermind, and I thought that we were going to have that again, but Super B finally winning out that Widow 1v1, going to put a stop to the bleeding.
Yeah, definitely.
Looking into this next fight, you have a few ults coming up soon for Charybdis, but will it be enough to keep this hold? Economy sitting up on the roof, really working on the tan.
Yeah, definitely. Did you see a tracer from Lich? So no more Hanzo on this attack. Gonna be the tracer now. As it's a good pick. A Kiwi just kind of fighting these sniper openings. I mean, these Zeds are just going at it here. Honestly, when we started this map, I'm like excited to see the Widows. Well, it's the Zeds that are putting on the show so far.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been talking about the snipers, and we forgot about the best sniper of all, Zenyatta, as Akimu close to the Transcendence now, and really looking to get some contests in. Icarus does have 3 crucial ults. You have the Rally, you have the Transcendence, and you have the Gravitic Flux as Super B goes down as well. Traded out, both these winners are down. Will they be able to get the contest in time?
I do not coming out. And I mean, just immediately shredded there. Nemesis goes down. There's the Gravitic Flux, and it allows them to get the pick on the Sigma. So Icarus are in a decent spot to capture up this first point here. If they can get these cleanup kills, but they're definitely struggling to do so. Sights comes out, and they do get the cap.
No!
So moving off the cart is the remaining players of Charybdis.
No, Speedy, don't. Speedy, you
No.
can't. Flew too close to the sun there.
Comes to save the day.
But good play there. Charybdis almost holding, so definitely a lot of hope for them going into these next fights. Of course, you have that Transcendence, you have the Flux as well. Looking towards the ult bank, definitely in Charybdis' favor to put a stop to this right there. As the payload moving out very, very slowly, only a few people on it, and economy is going to go down. That's going to put a very big halt in that stop. And oh, good night, Super B.
Yeah, never mind. Gets the shot. Oh, looking to find the Zenyatta as well. Gets the body shot. Is forced to reposition though, and you can see this Zen and Sigma are not in the best of spots, but Rigamo rolls through, managing to get the opening, or I guess the continuation of this fight. Rally cuts through from the attack. And continue to move forward here. And they're looking to see if they can finish off the Sigma inside this mega room. They're able to do so. They'll put him in a good spot to win this fight. Supposed to the pulse bomb is Lich, but immediately blown off.
Speedy gonna pop the Transcendence here. Is this fight still going on? Really trying to push forward. Economy, there's the almost getting the pick on the McCree, but Nemesis, they just have a bit of a quicker draw there. You don't go up against an old West style draw contest with a cowboy.
Yeah, unless you want to lose. Sigma Spike will go down, and this will be Charybdis kind of regaining control of the map.
Absolutely, that's very important for them to have control of this map, to make it so that Icarus is pushing into them. Icarus really has lost a lot of this momentum that we saw from them before the breaks, so we're seeing a bit of a different Icarus, or honestly, more of a different Charybdis.
Yeah, Speedy with an opening though, takes down Lich. Really good start for them. There's the Flux, managing to hit a single player there, but it's the Ana. Kiwi barely staying alive. There's the opening pick there for Icarus as they manage to find a pulse bomb as well, so, or they actually get taken down by a pulse bomb. So Charybdis removing that support line are now in a pretty good spot to kind of continue to hold on to this card.
Yeah, absolutely. Lich gets the ending pick, but it might just not be enough, and that late pick onto Spike is going to delay Icarus even further. They have one fight left, and they don't have a lot of ults to show for it. They don't have a defensive ult. They lose a Kiwi. Ooh. Oh no! Osama comes in and rolls over a Kiwi, and now delaying them even more. They have one fight, maybe a stall, maybe. And they have the Flux and maybe the Rally coming up close on the Nano, but no defensive ult. You have the Transcendence almost up for Charybdis. This is going to need a miracle if Icarus are going to continue this push.
For sure. Spike has this Flux as well as double support ults for the attacking side. They'll need to make good use of those. You can see this wraparound comes through into this small room. That's directly where the minefield will go. Osamu manages to find one, give him a 2K. Looking to shut down this attack here. Only 15 seconds remaining. Only the Dragon Strike was used for Icarus in that fight, as Osamu picks up a 5K in that fight.
Do they even... They're able to touch barely... Well, wait, where's the Wrecking Ball? Oh, the Tracer just barely is able to touch. They have the ults. Here comes the Rally, but will it be enough? Will they be able to even get a good fight together?
Yeah, Lich manages to find one. You have this Flux coming through. Can the Accretion... Oh, what a snipe! Beautiful Accretion. Takes down one of the biggest win cons here for the attacking side. And Charybdis, they may be losing in this series, but they are definitely not out of it here. Stall attempts are coming through from Icarus. They are able to get back out of the car, but Minefield will be deployed. Kill comes through at a setup as Icarus are trying to battle back. They're trying their hardest to fight into this, but it will not prevail, as this is going to be Charybdis winning out this defense.
That was so good there. That was just incredible. A rock of ages, if you will, coming out there right at the end to cancel down that win condition. That is huge. And when you can't get anything out of that gravitic flux, that was just it for that push for Icarus. And Charybdis, this is absolutely winnable for them now as we get into this Assemble Heroes phase.
Just time to relax here as we have switched sides. It will be Icarus out on the attack.
Yeah, Icarus on the attack. No, it's Charybdis on the attack now, right?
Oh, Charybdis on the attack. I'm losing it. Yeah, Charybdis will start at the attack here.
They're showing flashes of it. They're teasing me. They're teasing me, Joe. They're teasing me with the Bastion. Sugar Bee just coming in and tickling me with just what could be. I don't think they'll do it, but sure would be cool if you did, Charybdis. How did that brig get up there?
Sure.
Did you see the brig up on the rooftop?
Yeah. Does it again.
3, 2, 1.
As we will get underway here. Super Bee looking to get an opening, not going to be able to get it. Oh, what a shot!
Caster Curse.
So that's the opening for Charybdis.
Caster Curse in the chat.
Oh.
You just had to open your mouth.
Lucio is
charging
in
up this
a bit of Tracer, excuse me, is in a bit of a vulnerable position, but does get out with slide. I mean, it's Tracer. So they're in a decent spot here to try to win this. As that's a good kill on Usamu, though. I mean, the support line's kind of just trading back and forth, but Lich, that's a double kill. Looking for a third. It's not going to need it because the Kiwi's going to have the 3K. The full house there for them.
Yeah, I feel like a Kiwi and Lich were just acting like Legolas and Legolas and the elf in Lord of the Rings, just trying to rack up more kills than the other there, just competing and trying to get more. It looks like a Kiwi comes out on top there, but now a Kiwi has so much, is so close to that Transcendence, whereas Speedy's only 40% to it. A Kiwi's only 4% away. That's really good because you can use that Transcendence so good. It's one of the most powerful ults in the game. And Icarus can absolutely use this to keep this defense going. That's a huge move though from Osamu.
Yeah, really nicely done there from Economy Man. Shakedown. Ooh, nice shot there from Super B to bring Nevermind low. Able to SMG him out of the fight.
No one can
Now,
hide.
in this moment, we kind of see the Sigmas going at it. They're being able to pick up the health pack and Spike. They are able to get the opening there. Nice headshot onto said Sigma, though. But it's going to be Osamu who drops.
Yeah, absolutely. And now for Charybdis, they're coming up on a lot of these ults. This could be the point where a lot of these ults are used. It's going to be a question of how much is going to come out. Losing a Kiwi early means you lose so much damage and the potential for healing as well. That's a lot. Oh,
good
stun!
flashbang. Yeah, the Dragon Strike, it still catches the team a bit though, and so it allows them to get the opening pick into this fight. Minute 20 left for the clock though. Icarus have been stalwart on this defense so far, and they're looking to continue it. Minefield gets dropped, kind of into this bridge choke area. Sigma's playing pretty aggressive there. He's going to pull out the flux. He isn't able to get anything over there. Transcendence comes through as well from Icarus. Pulls bomb from Nevermind. Takedown on Meteor. And, I mean, you think about Icarus, and all I could see so far is a win for them. 50 seconds left. This would need to be a big final push here from Charybdis.
Yeah, absolutely. That is how you want to start that off, that pick onto the opposing Zen. You have both very, very soon. Both the High Noon and the Pulse Bomb. These are going to have to be some big ults, so Super B cannot die before using this Pulse Bomb. Needs to get something big, but they die before using it.
Yeah, you hate to see it here. I mean, Charybdis are losing players left and right. The support line for them dies. 17 seconds left. And I mean, there goes the Zenyatta. Never mind.
Both supports! Never mind!
The support line and the Sigma. Never mind. Trying to dash their hopes and dreams of a reverse sweep here. Double 3-0s today in GGNA. And I don't know if anybody can even get remotely close to the cart, and they cannot. So a 3-0 win here for Icarus.
Yeah, that was just so close, so heartbreakingly close for Charybdis. You saw the potential that they could have had coming in as just dashed, as you said, and really that's all it can be.
Yeah,
Joe Razor.
My camera is frozen. I am still here. Just
good to know.
Second week it's happened. I don't know. It just hates me at the very end of games. But yeah, a big win there for the side of Icarus. Winning this 3-0. So 2 3-0s today for GGNA.
Yeah, absolutely. A quick night for GGNA as 2 3-0s and two games that I really think that the score does not tell the whole tale. Charybdis had that chance, but just could not get it, could not force it through. Had a really great Junkertown defense, but just could not get the attack, and that's it. I mean, Charybdis is so close and yet so far away.
Yeah, for sure. As with that though, that's gonna be it for us here at GGNA. It was a pleasure tonight, going through these two games for the final time. I was Joe Razor, joined here by K-Wing. You can see our Twitters below us to give us a follow. On top of that, make sure to go follow GGNA and Elo Hell wherever you can. Join the Discord as well as follow the Twitch page to know when there are future matches here for NA, EU, and even some other tournaments that happen on the Elo Hell eSports Twitch page. But with that, it's going to be it for us. Big shout out to everybody behind the production that was pulling the strings to make stuff happen. Did a phenomenal job tonight. And with that, we will hope to see you around.
Healing is coming up from them. And then the Ana goes down after that, and it was just quick cleanup. Resignations and Witty really clutching out in the DPS department for SM, and they've got first capture crossing 15%. Ultimate's coming up online already. You're going to have Deadeye, and look, we've got Grab Dragons available for that test.
Oh, and they're going to waste no time in committing it. The Graviton comes out. It was there, but it's not going to get any... Oh, excited. Thank you so much, Bjorn. Living up to the... Oh, beautiful strats from more eSports. They're going to go ahead and teleport directly onto the point. So they will be meeting them tantamount.
Nothing to try and eat it with, nothing to stave it off, no support ultimates. They've got a shatter. It might just have to be put in to keep the Bastion ult, but they don't care about this Bastion ult. They've got a Batiste!
Oh man, this is just nutty right now.
This is not something that you want to push in on, but it's going to be the bomb and the charge into Mansion Pixel 3! All of the three that you want, the Reinhardt, both of the supports, and this is the fight done already. Frost Dragon
comes.
It does pull out the Transcendence, but the anti-mid gets...
And here comes back on the Doomfist, not hacked up by the EMP critically. Starjumper has the Deadeye, no hack this time around. Starjumper gonna clean up the fight, get free, get the electric cowboy for dancing effect.
This might be the best map for that in all of Overwatch as we see the whole shot and the headshot.
Bane with the silk thread shot going on.
Isn't gonna work really well against the Ghost Comp. R.I.S. find the people yeah, but you're not gonna get through this.
I love watching teams that I haven't seen play before play. It's always thrilling.
Round one.
It really is. It's wild cards. It's something you don't get to see at the higher levels. Everybody's at least been seen usually at lower level matches. So this is always a fun experience.